So this is obviously going to be the final Friday that I'm reviewing since it was an 8-film collection. Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell were not a part of it, and I've already seen and reviewed the reboot and Freddy vs. Jason. I'm not going to pay for those two movies because, I'm not a huge fan of these ones. So I'm not going to pay for, the 9th and 10th installment. I doubt they're going to get any better. Just wait until they're on any streaming that I have. Because it's just not worth buying those. Anyway, let's talk about the actual movie now. It looks like they're going in the direction of not caring about characters anymore. They'd bring back returning characters for a while. Have them killed off or just not really mentioned again. Like, Tommy's sister is never really mentioned again. That one girl that was the final girl in the first movie got killed off in the second movie immediately because of stuff that I've already talked about, where she was stalked. And then there was dumb rumors that she wanted paid more, and nobody took her being stalked seriously. And so on and so on. Tommy was in like 3 movies straight. And then 7th and the 8th one have had nothing to do with previous characters. They're all new characters. And in this one, the main character is apparently that new Jason when he was a little kid. But the events have been going on for apparently 30-something years now, and that they talk about in the opening scene. So she should be in her 30s, but she doesn't look like she's in her 30s, and I'm pretty sure she's not in her 30s. Because her uncle is like very protective of her, so I'm going to assume she's in her early 20s or 18 or 19. I don't know. This is also the one with the least amount of sex scenes besides that one that actually had no nudity. I don't remember what it was. I think it was the 6th one. Where, the only sex scene is in the beginning of the movie, the opening scene, the opening kills. Though that one is kind of graphic. Like, there's an extended scene of her pulling down her underwear and stuff like that. So they were really trying to give the audience what they want at the beginning of the movie. And then later there's a scene with a girl half naked trying to seduce her teacher, but it's actually a trick. And she's like recording it. He doesn't do it anyway, but I guess it's still, proof or whatever. Like, she's recording her kissing him and him pushing her off and telling her not to do that and how much trouble she's going to get into and how he's going to kick her out of school. But apparently it's good blackmail. She gets killed in a kind of a dumb scene. Now, I think it's because the actor didn't want to be shown nude. Nothing wrong with that. But it makes the actual scene so dumb. She's taking a shower. Jason comes in and kills her. And in the entire scene, she's like screaming. But instead of trying to defend herself, she's just holding a towel over herself. Like, you're about to die, and what you're worried about is if Jason sees your boobs. I'm never going to shame an actor for not wanting to be seen nude at a movie. Nothing wrong with that. But it makes the actual scene in the movie just kind of dumb. Like, I'm fine with dying, but someone seeing my boobs, that's too much. Anyways, they do another thing that really hasn't happened in the Jason movies, where a bunch of characters die off screen. There's been stuff like that happen before. In the last movie, a girl was like it was shown that Jason was about to stab her, and then it cut, and we just hear like a yell. We see her body later with her throat slit, even though she was clearly going to be stabbed in the stomach from the scene that they cut. And one with a mom where she screams into the camera, and then we never see her again. Because the director on the special features said he thought it would be too traumatic to kill a mom. Even though that's literally how the series started, was Mrs. Voorhees, Jason's mom, being decapitated. It was probably a different director. And then obviously, in the last movie, a mom got killed. Anyways, the different thing they do is a bunch of characters get killed off screen. The one girl takes a bunch of kids to the boat restaurant that's on the boat. She says stay there until she comes back with the rest of the people. And then the ship floods that area and they just all die. We never see them again. And this was a movie where Jason kind of teleports. It's always been kind of happening in the movies where he does something like super fast, but I still think it can be excused most times, like the van one where he's in the bathroom hiding because the girl and the dude were talking outside the van for a little bit. He could have snuck in on the other side, or the one where he appears in water behind the girl. He could have just went in the water, but the camera not shown it. But in this movie, they run down an elevator and they get on a train, and there he is. They run in an alley away from him, in another alley, and there he is. This dude runs in the building away from Jason, and when he gets to the top floor, he gets thrown out of the window. And I assumed because there was graffiti on the wall, it said danger, stay out, that maybe there was some, I don't know, thug in there that threw him out. But nope, it was Jason. He was in there somehow. It's pretty crazy. So he just is teleporting. This is also the one where they really go for yeeting people. In the last movie, Jason stabbed someone in the head with an axe and yeeted them. And there's also, all the times he's throwing people through windows. But in this movie, he pushes someone down. He kills someone and throws them. Kills another person and throws him. This one bodyguard dude tries to go throw hands with Jason after he breaks down the doors and he gets thrown into a glass mirror on the wall or something. He just loves throwing and ragdolling people in this movie. It was a decent enough movie. It kept me entertained, unlike a lot of the other ones that were kind of boring besides the kills. But just kind of goofy. All these Jason movies, they're just not really scary. They try too hard. And they retcon stuff a lot. Like, I think it was something I even forgot to mention. In part 6, they're like, oh, it's not called Crystal Lake anymore. It's called, like, something with a G, Greenwood. I don't know. But literally in the next movie, they do this, like, scary thing where these two people are walking and they walk to the lake. And they pan to the sign and it's Crystal Lake. Like, what happened to them changing the name? Jason killed people and then they changed the name back to Crystal Lake? That doesn't seem like it would work. Oh yeah, Jason's alive. He's killing people again. Let's name the lake Greenwood again. There are some graphic kills. Surprisingly enough, some of the deleted scenes are more graphic. I mean, less graphic is what I mean. Most of the deleted scenes are more graphic, obviously. Cut, but a few of them aren't. like the Sonic kill to the one dude that was boxing Julius earlier in the movie. In the deleted scene, we know what Jason's doing, but we don't really see the kill. In the final cut of the movie, there's blood. And they also pan away from the body. And Jason walks into the room, and we get to see the body sitting there for a few seconds with blood. But in the deleted scene, Jason's just killing him, and it's only showing Jason kill him. Speaking of Julius, he was the best character in this movie. And by far my favorite character in the series. He was just really cool. And he also had the scene where him and Jason throw hands, and then eventually he gets way too tired because he's fighting on the longest roof in history. And by the time he gets Jason to the edge of the roof where he could maybe punch or push him off, he's too tired and he keeps swinging and missing. And then he tells Jason to give him his best shot and he gets killed. Rip Julius, best character. They also do another thing that hasn't really happened in the Jason movies, where two characters don't die by Jason. There was that one time in Friday 5 where the character was killed by this dude named Vic, I think. And there was the last movie where the doctor dude used a girl as a human shield and Jason killed her. But in this movie, like, two characters die, not by Jason. Or one gets shot by accident by this dude named Wayne, and another one gets blown up in a car accident. That's not caused by Jason. It's caused by the girl hallucinating. And then she runs into the wall and she's the only one that doesn't get out. And her death is like kind of lame. She doesn't even say anything. They all help each other out of the car. They get out of the car and they're like, oh shit, she's still in there. And then she just kind of dies. We don't even see her in the car. She doesn't do anything. It's just, I don't know. It's a very weird scene. It's almost like she's not there. Like they forgot she was in the movie. But they're like, oh wait, she's supposed to be in the car with us. Just blow the car up and leave her inside. But yeah, I guess that's really about it.